Hi and welcome to a new video of Made by Siem. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make this coin purse. It has a metal internal flex frame, so just squeeze it. It is a squeeze coin purse. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I made it with a couple of these small balls of yarn and mini skeins, therefore it is in my series Siemini'S. But I'm going to tell you all about the materials that I used into the next clip of the video. For now, please enjoy watching the video. Thank you guys all so much for all your support, and yeah, hopefully you will enjoy watching the video. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys something. I put some filling in here, if that is the correct word. But you can easily fit in a business card or a credit card. It has the same size, see. So if you go out and you just want to bring a little purse, you can put your credit card in there. You can even put it in your pants, in your pair of jeans. See? Alright. That's all I wanted to tell you guys. For this tutorial, using these materials, I use 4 little small skeins of the Scheepjes Katona. It's a fingering weight yarn. Per skein there is 25 meters and 10 grams. I'm using the colors of the Netherlands, of the flag, King's Day. Soon it'll be King's Day in our country. And these are the typical colors. So I'm from the Netherlands, so I decided to use these colors for the tutorial. I made a couple of others, and this is one I can show right now. I probably shown it at the beginning of the video as well. You can do it in 1 color, and you can do it in 4 colors like I did. It's all up to you. But be sure that you use a fingering weight cotton yarn. Then I used I'm going to say that in Dutch, Opry portemonnee sluiting. And I know it doesn't make any sense to you guys at all. Opry is the brand that sells these things. Portemonnee is purse. And sluiting means to closing. And I've tried to find something like this on the internet, because I can imagine that you don't want to order it in the Netherlands. And I found something on Amazon. If you go for, if you look for metal internal flex frame, 9 centimeters, you'll find this one. And they're usually all in packages of, well, quite a lot. And what I can see is that they are less expensive than they are in my country. But go and look for the metal internal flex frame 9 centimeters. I'm going to put it down into the description box of this video, so you know how to spell it and how to find it. Look for Amazon, or have a look at somewhere in your area or store. Maybe they sell it, I don't know. But this is what I could do for you guys, and hopefully you can find something that will ship to your country. Then a 3mm crochet hook. I'm using my Clover Amour. I love these hooks. Then 5 stitch markers, a darning needle, and a pair of scissors. Now I'm using a tool like this. It's optional, you don't have to, but I use it to close one part of this metal internal flex frame is closed, but you need to close the other one by yourself. Now, therefore, I'm going to use a tool like this. I know what's called in Dutch. I haven't looked it up what it's called in English, but I'm going to try to put it across the screen for you guys, or maybe down into the description box of the video, so you know what tool you need to use to close it, or do it in another way, what you think is best. But this is all we need to make. All we need to make the Suzette purse Suzette. Don't know what I'm going to call it in English. Start off with your color A. I have 4 colors, A, B, C, and D, and I'm starting off with color A. Color A is the color that you use here in the top. B, C, D, C, B, A. By using it this way, when you use it, the colors in this way, I'm sure that you will have enough if you do it the same way as I do. If you want to do it different, just do as you prefer. It's your purse. You're the one that's going to use it, or going to give it as a gift. You should be proud of your work, so do it as you prefer. This is just how I like to do it. Okay? So color A, for me that is my color 281 of die scheepjes Katona. Now I'm starting off with a magic ring. If you don't like doing magic rings, there is an alternative which I'm going to show you. Start off with a magic it's called a slip knot seam. Start off with a slip knot. There you go. And then chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, we want to start with a circle. By inserting your hook into the first of the chain 4, yarning over, and pull this through the 2 loops on your hook, you have created a little circle. So you can work into that circle. Do not forget to chain 1. And now you're ready to start off with your round number 1. If you want to do a magic ring or a magic circle, then hold your finger right like that in the with your yarn, then across your finger, go straight back down, make a cross in the front and go straight back down. So now you have a cross like that, and it's like that on the other side of your work. Insert your hook underneath the first strand of yarn with the hook facing down, then grab your second strand of yarn, pull it underneath your first strand of yarn, and then turn. Now you have a loop on the hook. Go underneath the first strand of yarn here, this one, grab it and pull it through the loop on your hook. There you go. And this is how you make a small magic ring. Now we don't have to do the extra chain 1 because we secured our magic ring with a chain 1. Okay, so now you're ready for round number 1. Yarn over. We're going to make half double crochet stitches, and in my videos I do use US terms only. Okay, so half double crochet stitches into the ring. We need 8. Yarn over, insert your hook in the ring, grab your yarn, yarn over and pull through 3 loops on the hook. I like to place a stitch marker in my first stitch. There you go. I'm going to show you where it is. Hopefully you can see it. Now we have 1 half double crochet and we need 8, so yarning over, insert your hook, grab your yarn, yarn over and pull through 3. Now I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pull on the yarn end. Do not close the round because we're working in spiral, so you're not closing out the round with a slip stitch, but you just keep on going. I'll see you guys in round number 2. So at the very end of round number 1 you have 8 half double crochet stitches. Take the stitch marker out. In round number 2 we will be crocheting 2 half double crochet stitches per stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook in the first stitch and half double crochet, and another one in the same stitch. Now place your stitch marker back in the first stitch that you did. There you go. So you mark off the beginning of the round. Because we're not closing the round off, you want to have a little bit of a track where you are in the pattern. So therefore using a stitch marker is a good idea. I'm not sure if I have mentioned that in the material list. If you don't have stitch markers, you can use a paper clip, a scrap yarn, whatever you can find to mark stitches. Okay, right. In the next stitch, 2 half double crochets. In the next stitch, 2 half double crochet stitches. And actually this is what you do all the way around. 2 half double crochet stitches per stitch. And at the very end of the round you should have 16 half double crochet stitches. I will see you guys as soon as I am at the very end of this round. Okay, I will have to warn you guys, if you hear some strange noises, my cat is just right behind me and she is snoring really loud and I'm sorry for that. Okay, I already took my stitch marker out, but I forgot to tell you guys something. Undo your last stitch whenever you're going to change colors. If you're working in one color, you don't have to do that. So I undid my last stitch, insert your hook in the same stitch, grab your yarn. Now you have 3 loops on the hook, but because we are changing colors, get your new yarn, leave a little bit of a tail end so you can use that to sew it in easier later on. There you go, just lay it over the hook and pull this yarn through the loops on the hook. Now you have attached the new yarn color. Round number 3, go to the next stitch, 1 half double crochet stitch. Now pull a little on the yarn ends to get your stitches in the right place. There you go. And now you can cut off your color number A. There you go. You can work in the tails later. I'm going to tell you guys when the last moment is that you can work them in, or tie a knot. It's all up to you what you want. If you think it doesn't look really good to tie knots, then just sew, and it's your work. You should be proud of your work, so it's all up to you how you do that. But be sure that whenever you're tie a knot, or whenever you're sewing in the yarn tails, do it on the inside of your work so you don't see it on the outside. Right, get your stitch marker and place it back into the first stitch. There you go. And then in the next stitch, 2 half double crochet stitches. 1, 2. In the next stitch, 1 and 2 in the next stitch, and that's the pattern for this round. 1 and 2, 1 and 2 in the next. At the very end of the round, you should have 24 half double crochet stitches. I'll see you guys at the end of the round. I already took my stitch marker out at the end of round number 3. At the end of round number 3, you should have 24 half double crochet stitches. Now we're going to do another round with the same color, and at the very end of the round, I'm going to change colors again. If you work in just one color, you can just keep going on. The pattern of this round is 1 half double crochet stitch in the next stitch, 1 half double crochet in the next stitch, and 2 half double crochets in the next. 1, 2. And that's the pattern for this round. 1, 1, 2. And actually, I like to count it in a different way. 1, number 2 in the next, and number 3 and 4 in the same stitch. 3, 4. Let's do that again. 1, 2 in the next, number 3 and 4 in the same stitch. And this is what you need to do until you are at the end of the round. And like I said, at the very end of the round, I'll be back to show you guys how to change colors again. Now again, if you're just working with one color, then just keep going on with the same color. Do not cut the yarn, just keep going on. 1, 2, and 3 and 4 in the same stitch. At the end of the round, you should have 32 stitches. If you're not sure, count your stitches. I'll see you guys at the end. Right. Okay, at the very end of the round, I already did 1 half double crochet in the last stitch, and I need to do another in the last stitch, but I'm also going to change colors. Now, if you're not changing colors, then just do the half double crochet in a normal way in the last stitch. But I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook in the stitch, grab my yarn, then I have 3 loops on the hook. I'm going to cut my yarn, but I'm leaving a little bit of a tail end so I can work it in easier later on. Then I'm grabbing my new yarn, leave a little bit of a tail end again, and then lay it over the hook, lay it down over the hook, and pull through the 3 loops on the hook. Take your stitch marker out and you're ready for round number 5. Yarn over, 1 half double crochet stitch in each of the next 3 stitches. Stitch number 4 and 5 in the same stitch. Now you can pull a little on your yarn tails, or you can tie a knot at the back. All up to you how you want it. You can easily see where the stitches are at the beginning of the round, but still I decided to put my stitch marker back just because it is easier. 1 half double crochet stitch in each of the next 3 stitches, and 2 half double crochet stitches in the next. So the pattern for this round is 1 1 1 2. 1 1 1 2, and I like to count till 5. 1 1 is number 2, another one is number 3, and number 4 and 5 are in the same stitch. This is how you keep going on, and at the very end of this round number 1 2 3 4 5, you will have 40 half double crochet stitches. 1 2 3 4 and 5. 1 2 3 4 and 5. I will see you guys at the end of the round. At the end of the round you should have 40 half double crochet stitches. Take your stitch marker out and work 1 half double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. 1. Get your stitch marker, put it into stitch number 1. Number 2 in the next, number 3 in the next, and number 4 in the next. Now number 5 and 6 in the next stitch. So you have in each of the first 4 stitches 1 half double crochet and 2 half double crochet in the next stitch. Let's do that again. 1, number 2 in the next, number 3 in the next, number 4 in the next, and number 5 and 6 in the same stitch. And this is what you do all the way around. At the very end of the round, as soon as I'm ready to do the increase, I'll be back to show you how to change colors again, because I'm going to change colors at the end of this round. See you guys then. 3. At the end of the round, and I told you guys I will be back to show you how to change colors again. I already did 1 stitch in the last stitch, but we still need to do the increase. So yarn over, insert your hook, grab your yarn, 3 loops on the hook, cutting off the yarn with a little bit of a tail end so you can use that to sew it in easier later on. And then a new color, my color D, place it over the crochet hook and pull that color through. Now taking the stitch marker out, and we're going to start our next round, which is round number 7. And round number 7 is the last round of increases. So yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch, use the yarn tails to get your stitches a little bit more in place because it's kind of loose. You can tie knots, you can sew them in at this point if you like. I'm not going to do that. I will be doing that later on. Now I did my first stitch, so placing the stitch marker back in the first stitch. And I'm having a look at the pattern, and it says 1 half double crochet stitch in each of the next 5 stitches. I already did one, so number 2 in the next, number 3 in the next, 4 in the next, and number 5 in the next, and in the next stitch number 6 and 7, because this is our increase. So for this round, this is the pattern. 1, 2 in the next, number 3 in the next, number 4 in the next, and number 5 in the next, and in the next stitch number 6 and number 7. So this is the pattern for this round. I will see you guys at the very end. And then this is the bottom of our purse, and then we start on the body of our purse. I will see you guys in a minute. At the very end of the round, you should have 56 stitches. Please be sure that you have 56 stitches. I would suggest to count them. I would like to suggest them. Take your stitch marker out, and in this next new round, number 8, we're going to work in the back loops only. Here is the stitch of the previous round. The stitch has a front loop and a back loop, front loop and a back loop. We will be working into the back loops only. Yarn over, half double crochet in the back loop of the stitch only. And this is what you do in all the stitches around. There you go. Place your stitch marker back into the first stitch, and 1 half double crochet stitch in all the stitches around. At the very end of the round, you should still have 56 stitches. Look, you have a little bit of a edging right there, a little bit of, well, you can see the front loop, see, and that is how it is supposed to look. I will see you guys at the end of this round. At the end of the round, you still should have 56 stitches. I already took my stitch marker out. Now, in the next round, which is round number 8, we're round number 9, we start working on this part of the purse. Yeah? Alright. In the next stitch, single crochet, insert your hook and grab your yarn, yarn over and pull through 2, which is a single crochet, then a double crochet, yarn over, and in the same stitch, insert your hook and grab your yarn. Now you have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Place your stitch marker into the single crochet, the first stitch of this round, and then skip the next stitch. This is called the Suzette stitch. Okay, so do not forget to skip the next. Single crochet in the next, double crochet in the same, and skip the next stitch. Skip, single crochet, double crochet in the same, skip, single crochet, double crochet, skip, all the way around. I will see you guys at the very end of the round, and then I'm going to tell you what to do next. At the very end of round number 9, I did the single crochet and the double crochet in one stitch, then skip one stitch, and in the next stitch there should be your stitch marker. Take the stitch marker out and do not forget to skip that stitch, because that is part of the Suzette stitch, and go to the single crochet of your previous round and work a single crochet and a double crochet into that stitch. Get your stitch marker, place it back into the single crochet, and then skip the next stitch, which is always the double crochet of the previous round. Now, in the next stitch, which is always the single crochet of the previous round, you work a single crochet and a double crochet in there. Then skip the next stitch, and again that is the double crochet, and work a single crochet and a double crochet in the next, and then skip the next stitch. And this is what you need to do. Just keep going on. Go in the round. Do not close off the round by slip stitching, just go on until round number 12. At the very end of round number 12, this is round number 10. After this round you need to do 2 more rounds, and then you have finished off round number 12. At the very end of round number 12 we're going to change colors again, and then I'll be back and to show you guys what to do next. Alright, how to do that and how many rounds you should do after that. So single crochet, double crochet, skip one, single crochet, double crochet, skip one. If you find it really hard to count the rounds, look, here you have the little ridge, the one where we did the back loop, and that was round number 8. So 8, 9, and now we're working on 10. You don't have to start counting here, as long as you can remember that above this, the first round is number 8. Okay? Hope it helps. I'll see you guys as soon as I am at the very end of round number 12. Enjoy! Alright, I am at the end of round number 12. I already did my single crochet in the last stitch. Well, actually before the last stitch. Because the Suzette stitch is over the last 2 stitches. So I already did the single crochet. Then I'm going to start the double crochet, and before I'm going to yarn over for the last time to finish off the double crochet, I'm going to cut my yarn. This is what I have left of my first skein. Then I will attach color C. There you go. And just pulling that one through. Now, taking the stitch marker out, please do not forget to skip that double crochet, and then single crochet, and double crochet in the next stitch, which is the single crochet of the previous round. There you go. Get your stitch marker and place the stitch marker back into the single crochet, and then go on with the pattern for 5 rounds in total. So color C for 5 rounds. round 13 until round 17. At the very end of round number 17, we will be changing colors again, and then I'll be back to show you guys what to do next. And you should, after each round, you should still have 56 stitches, counting the single crochet and the double crochet separately. Okay? See you guys at the end of round 17. Enjoy! At the end of round 17, it's a double crochet, but you should not finish it off completely. So I just need to do the yarn over and pull through the last two. But as I'm going to change colors, I'm going to cut my yarn. This is where I cut my white yarn. This is what I have left. And then I'm going to attach the color B, just like I did before. There you go. Taking the stitch marker out and do not forget to skip that stitch, and then single crochet in the next and a double crochet in that same stitch. Now placing the stitch marker back into the first stitch of the round, which is the single crochet, and then this is round number 18. Then for 3 rounds, 18, 19 and round number 20, we're going to repeat the same pattern. So single crochet, double crochet, skip 1. That's for 3 complete rounds. After you did those 3 rounds, you have finished off round number 20. I will be back to show you guys what to do in round number 21. Alright, I finished my round number 20, and then I pulled up a loop so I cannot frock my work. I'm leaving the stitch marker into the first stitch of the previous round because of, of round number 20. I'm leaving the stitch marker in there because in this round, before we're going to start round 21, we need to place stitch markers just to make things slightly easier. We need to place stitch markers in stitch 11. I already placed them, but I'm gonna tell you. Counting as of your stitch marker, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, stitch 11. This should be a single crochet. Then 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Place a stitch marker in stitch 18. This should be a double crochet. 19, 20, counting until you are at stitch 39. There it is. This should be a single crochet. Then 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 44, and 46. This should be a double crochet. And then you should have 10 stitches. I don't know why I said 20. 10 stitches left before you are at the beginning of the round again. So placing a stitch marker in stitch 11, 18, 39 and 46. Okay, and then you're ready for round number 2. I'm going to show you why. We're going to attach this and on the other side we're going to attach this, and that's why you get this. Okay, round number 21. Taking the stitch marker out, insert your hook in that stitch, single crochet, double crochet, as we say the Suzette stitch, placing the stitch marker back into the single crochet and skip a stitch. We need to do this 5 times until we are before the stitch marker. So I did 2, 3 Suzette stitches, 4 and 5. There you go. Skipping one, and in the next stitch there is a stitch marker. Now we're skipping this the stitch with the stitch marker and the last stitch with the stitch marker. We're skipping all these stitches, and in the next stitch, which should be a single crochet, we're going to make a single crochet and a double crochet in the same stitch. Now be sure that you have this on the outside of your work. It's just easier. We're just going to pop it in before we start off the next round, but leave it just like this. So see, we have it attached right there, and we have a space right there. Okay, now in all the stitches towards the next stitch marker, we will be crocheting the Suzette stitch just like we did before. Suzette in the round, single crochet, double crochet, skip one until you are at the next stitch marker. I will see you guys as soon as I'm there, and then I'm going to show you again how to crochet around the stitch markers. Yeah. Right. Next stitch is the stitch where the stitch marker is. Well, we're skipping the double crochet right there. Skipping all the stitches between the stitch markers, and after the stitch marker there should be the single crochet. Insert your hook and make a single crochet in there and a double crochet. There you go. So again, you skipped all of these stitches. Now finish off your round by making Suzette stitches, single crochets and double crochets in the next stitches until you are at the next stitch marker, which is the stitch marker for the beginning of the round. There we are. Well, I already took my stitch markers out, and then this is what it should look like. Now, in the next round, we need to have this on the inside, so push it to the inside. Do this on both sides. And this is what will create this, or this. And yeah, mine looks like a little bit puffy, but look, for the photos, and I put some fiber fill, I don't know how that is called, filling. This is the part what we are creating right now here. Okay, so this is how we start off our round number 22. Alright, this is, I think this is the toughest round of the whole pattern. At least for me. It is the toughest one to show you what to do. So I'm trying to do my very best to show you this as best as possible. Okay? I'm going to take the stitch marker out and then a single crochet and a double crochet into that first stitch, Suzette stitch. Placing the stitch marker back into the first single crochet, and now I need to do this, skipping one, and now I need to do this 4 more times. So in total we have 5 Suzette stitches over 10 stitches, because the Suzette stitch uses 2 stitches. This is number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is number 5. Now, as you can see, here are the skipped stitches, right? So when we're skipping the double crochet, the next one is the single crochet after the skipped stitches. Insert your hook into that single crochet, then move your work to the side, just as I'm showing you. So here you have all the skipped stitches. I'm trying to find the third skipped stitch. The third skipped stitch is on, when you are right-handed, is on this side, and it should be a single crochet. Now it doesn't really matter if it is exactly the third stitch. It's just a guideline. What we're trying to do is to close the gap, to close the hole that we have, because when you put some money into your coin purse, you don't want your money to fall out. Okay, and that's why we're trying to close the round, not by sewing it, but just using your crochet hook, because I think that most of us do not like the sewing, don't like the sewing part, right? So therefore we're trying to crochet this together. So insert your hook into the single crochet and find the stitch on the side. Okay, there you go. Now yarn over, grab that yarn, pull it through all the stitches, and yarn over and finish off your single crochet. Now the next stitch is the double crochet. This is what you need to do. Insert your double crochet into the same stitch. Now we're going to try to find a stitch on the other side. So first we did one on this side, and now we're trying to find one on this side. There you go. Grab your yarn and finish your single crochet. Now, as you can see, my hole is still too big. I did something wrong, so I need to do that again. I probably used wrong stitches. Insert your hook there, and then on this side I need this stitch. Be sure to do this like a little bit tight, and then a stitch on this side. For your double crochet, and as you can see, it is a lot smaller. Now skip the double crochet on this side and then make Suzette stitches again for the remaining stitches until you are at the very end, or at the other side. Until you are at the other side. There you go. Okay. Okay. I did my very last stitch right there, and there we have the skipped stitches. Now here is the next stitch, which is the single crochet. Insert your hook, go to the skipped stitches part, and insert your hook underneath 2 strands of yarn of a stitch. Grab your yarn, pull through the stitch here, and then yarn over and finish off your single crochet. Now insert your yarn over, insert your hook. We're going to make a double crochet, a stitch on the other side, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and check your hole. Well, this is too small to put a coin through, so we did a good job. Now go to the next single crochet and finish off this round with your Suzette stitch. I'm almost there. Now, as you can see, we will be ending, we're actually ending this round in the right middle there. But basically we want to end this round on the side. So therefore we're going to add stitches to the round. Okay, taking the stitch marker out and working in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Suzette stitches, another Suzette stitch. So 1, just placing it back, there you go, 1, 2, 3, 4, oops, 4, and 5. There you go. As you can see, here is the side. Now do not forget to skip the double crochet and slip stitch into the single crochet on the side. There you go. If you're working with 4 colors, now chain 1, cut your yarn, and that's about it for round 22. Yeah. But if you just work in 1 color, just take your stitch marker out. I need to do my Dutch video, so I'm leaving it as it is. Take your stitch marker out and place the stitch marker in the loop so you cannot frog your work. And just put it aside, because this is the time that we need to sew in all our yarn ends. If you're going further and when you attached your I can't remember how it's called, let me see, your metal internal flex frame, when you put that in, you won't be able to weave in all the ends. So it's up to you if you just tie double knots or weave in all the yarn tails. It's completely up to you. I'll be doing that, and then I'll be back to show you how to finish this coin purse. And this is what it looks like. I decided then that I wanted to do the double knots, and it looks pretty cool, so I'm happy with that. Right, I cut off my yarn and I placed the stitch marker into that stitch. Now it is the single crochet of the previous round, and as of this round. Actually, it's a row. We're going to work in rows. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my work around, and because this was how we went for the row, round. Now I'm going to turn it around, and we're going to work in rows. So we're looking at the back side of our stitches. Place your crochet hook into the stitch where the stitch marker is, and it is again the single crochet that is on the side of your work. Then get your yarn color A, pull through, and with both strands I'm gonna chain one just to secure it, and then another chain one for a chain one. Then in the same stitch a single crochet, one. And I'm working over my yarn tail, so I don't have to sew that one in. Next one is the double crochet, which is here. There you go. Two. Next one is a single crochet, 3, 4. In total, you should have on this side 20 stitches. We're going to make single crochets in every single stitch. So at the end, you should have 20 single crochet stitches. I will see you guys at the end of this row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and the very last one, 20. It should be a double crochet. Pulling up the loop of the stitch and just having a look. Here is the single crochet and here is the double crochet. So we're doing very well. Now, row number 24, chain 1, oops, chain 1, turn your work. I'm going to cut off this yarn tail. It's the one that we just crocheted over. Hope it makes sense. There you go. So turn your work, and this row we're going to work in the front loops only, and we're basically doing that because we need the back loops later on at the very end of this part to crochet the pieces together, or the pieces, yeah, to crochet it all together. I don't like sewing, so I try to avoid sewing as much as I can, and I know a lot of you guys don't like it either, so this is my solution of not having to sew a lot. Okay, so having a look at the stitch, here's the stitch. You have two loops, the front loop and the back loop. We have to leave the back loop for later, so we're going to use the front loop. Insert your hook in the front loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2. So single crochets in the front loops only, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pulling up a loop because I want to show you what it looks like. This is how it looks like. So you have these loops right there to use later. See? This is how it's supposed to look. Oops, there. Okay. I'll see you guys at the end of the row. Alright, 20 single crochets in the front loops only. And this is how it looks like on the back side of your work. You see all these loops? We need them later. Alright, now 4 rows, because this was row 23 and 24, 4 rows 25 until row 32, we're just going to crochet 1 single crochet per stitch. So chain 1, turn your work, and just work 1 single crochet in each stitch across. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and when you have 20, chain 1 and do it all over again. Row 25 should be that you will be working on the inside of your work, so these stitches here should be on the wrong side. I know that a lot of you guys have issues to or find it really hard, I should say. I find it really hard to count single crochet rows. Basically, I think it isn't that hard, so therefore I decided that I'm going to crochet them first, and then I'm going to show you how to count the rows. So give me some time. For you guys, it's in the next clip, but give me some time, and then I'm going to show you how you can count your rows. Alright? I'll see you in the next clip. Alright, I did my 10 rows. You started working on this side, on the wrong side facing you, the inner side of the purse facing you, remember? Now, when you do 10 rows, you will end up on the good side, on the side where you look at the outside of your work. Okay? I'm going to show you. You start counting on the side where you started. You started on this side. Here is the mark of the round number of row number 1. Remember that row number 2 we did in the front loops of round 1. Just right above round 1 there's another row 1, there's another row, and right there are sort of stitches that you can see. There is a sort of a line, and that's the line for the mark for 2 rows. Right there is another one. 4 rows, 6 rows, 8 rows, 10 rows. I'm going to bring it a little bit closer and I hope you can see it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. See? Okay. I have 10 rows. Now what you need to do, you need to find the stitches right there. I'm going to start counting. The first one is a little bit on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and there it is, 20. It's all the way on the side. If you do it like this, you will never ever miss a stitch. Okay, so get your hook underneath that loop, then go into the first stitch right there, the last stitch that you did, and go underneath the 2 strands of yarn. There you go. Then get your loop and place it over your hook and just pull on your working strand of yarn and pull that loop underneath the stitch there and go underneath the loop there. So now it is attached. Go to the second one. Here is the second skipped back loop, and there is the stitch. Grab your yarn, pull through, and pull through the loop on your hook. So we will be slip stitching this part together. Just like that. Now continue doing this until you have all the stitches connect and sewn together with your crochet hook. And as soon as I'm at the very end, I'll be back to show you guys what to do next. Alright, done that. I did all 20 of them. Then chain 1, I already did that, chain 1, and then cut your yarn, but be sure to leave a little bit of a tail end because you will need this later on, so don't sew it away. You will need it later on. Okay, so pull through and then leave it like it is. Now do exactly the same on the other side. Start in the corner right there. We have been working in the double crochet, so go to the single crochet right there and then start again with rows, let me see, I will have to check, row 23. So attach the yarn right there, just like we did before. I'm going to try to put the timestamp somewhere across the screen. If that does not work, please check the description box for the timestamp where you start doing rows 23 until row 32. 33. Alright, so yeah, 20 single crochet, and as soon as you did that and you stitched it together, then come back and I'll show you how to attach the, how was it called? Metal internal flex frame. This one. Okay. Well, see you in the next clip. Alright, as you can see, I already finished mine. It's not possible for me to show in 2 different languages how to insert the metal internal flex frame, so I finished this one off in my Dutch video, and for you guys I made a new one, but because of course I want to show you guys how you should attach, or how I attach my metal internal flex frame. Okay, this is the yarn I had left. This is all I had left. Now I'm going to start off by taking the stitch marker out and sewing this piece of yarn, this yarn end, yarn tail, to the other side. You really don't want to do this when your metal internal flex frame is in your coin purse. So this starts on this side, so go over to that side and to a space right there, so you can attach it to each other. There you go, a couple of times, and then I'm going to sew in the yarn tail on the inside, but be sure that you do not do this through the tunnels right there, because it will block your way to insert the this one. Okay, and this is what you should do on both sides. When I did both sides, I'll be back to show you guys what to do next. There you go. Alright, now get your metal internal flex frame. There you go. You have this part and you need this part now. Okay, as you can see, on this side everything is closed and on this side it's not. So open it up. Be careful, but open it up like that. And now what you should do is insert this on both sides at the same time. If you do this one first, you won't be able to get this one into this piece, into this tunnel. Okay? You can give it a try, but believe me, it won't work without breaking your internal flex frame. Now, one thing you can also do, if it is a little bit tight, get a pen and go to the tunnels first to open it up a little. This is what I do. Be sure that the pen is inside. There you go. And now get your flex frame. It doesn't really matter which part is up or down. Just pull it in there. Put it in there a little bit, and then a little bit on the other side. And then try to put it in there piece by piece. This is how I do this. If you have a better way, it's all up to you to do that. Right? Now it's completely in there. I'm just pushing this a little bit down. Now be sure that this part and this part are inside one another. As you can see, like that. It should be like that. Now, if you get your metal pin and you put it in there without closing the bottom part, this is what will happen. Because this part needs to be closed first. Now get your tool and squeeze that part. Be careful. And close it. Just like that. Now again, I have rheumatoid arthritis, so it hurts a bit. Now this needs to go in there. There you go. Now you also need to close the top part. There you go. And you're all done. There you go. This is what your little coin purse looks like. What I do for photos, I fill it up a little with, I still don't know, still I forgot to look up what it is called in English. This filling, I think it's called filling. So for the photos I put a little bit of filling in there, so it looks a little more puffy. See? So that's what I'm going to do now, and then I'll be back to show you the end result of all three of them. See you guys in a bit, in the next clip. Well, this is what it looks like. I'm pretty pleased. This was the very first one I did in colors. This was my absolutely first version. It has more rounds. It wasn't exactly what I wanted it to be, so I decided to redo it and changed a couple of things on the pattern, and now this is what it looks like. This was the one that I did before filming. This was the one that we half did together in the video until I was ready to insert the internal flex frame. And this was the one I did because I already inserted the flex frame in my Dutch video. And I wanted to show you guys as well how you should, or how I attached it to the coin purse. I love them. Now, if you made yours, please show it to us by tagging us on Instagram, Made by Siem. You're more than welcome to join our Facebook group, Made by Siem Headquarters. The main language in the group is Dutch, but luckily Facebook does the translation for us, so you can follow along with everything that has been posted in the group already. So come over and join us if you haven't done already. I would highly appreciate it if you would become a subscriber to my YouTube channel, and if you really like the video, please give me that thumbs up, because that will help me out as well. Then I would like to take the opportunity to thank you guys very much for everything that you've done for me over the years. You've done for Made by Siem over the years. Thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate you guys all. Thank you all so much. Share it on other different Facebook groups, that will help me as well. Show the world that you made this, and please, I would love it if you could give me some credit and tell me where you found the pattern, because this is my own pattern. Now, the pattern is copyrighted. Even when it's on YouTube, it is copyrighted because it's my idea and it's my pattern. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much. If you're going to make yours, then I would like to say, please enjoy. Bye for now.